cartoons and all this other sort of stuff. I am also a comedy hypnotist. I am board certified, and I have been doing this for 10 years. Now, one of the things that's different about me and a lot of other comedy hypnotists, have you seen stuff on YouTube where it's like the senior graduation overnight lock-in and all the boys end up thinking they're Chippendales dancers and they take their clothes off and they do something to humiliate the girls and everything like that? Wah, wah, wah. I don't do that stuff. I can't stand that stuff. I hate that. But I've had plenty and plenty of experience, not only as a hypnotist, but also as a huge fan of comics and cartoons, to combine the two of them together in various different videos. And I'm sorry that the channel is no longer up on YouTube. YouTube pulled the plug a couple of months ago, and it was just this very strange situation. I was like, I think I'll upload this video, and I saw a video and I was like, oh, how cool, I'll like that. You have to be logged in to like that. I am logged in. This account does not exist. And I'm like, what? 8 years, 4,575 subscribers, 2 million channel views, over 500 videos. And I was like, what happened? And I'm like, immediately, what did I push? What button did I, what toggle did I flick that I was, So that was not it at all. It turned out that I was part of, and some of you may have heard of this, I didn't, I came in late. It was called the Adpocalypse. You've heard about this, okay. I had no idea. So I kept contacting them, and I kept getting these form letters. Well, you have either done this, or possibly that, or the other, and we're not going to forgive that. And I'm like, can you pick one, please? Please? And it's like, well, you've received a number of warnings. No, not in this reality, maybe the mirror, mirror world, but I didn't get anything. And the problem is, it turns out at the end, and there's all these community guidelines. It's like, well, you have either severely or repeatedly gone against the... I'm like, which one? Was it the hate speech, copyright infringement? I didn't set anybody on fire on camera. What's your problem? And they ended up picking some random thing. I think it was child endangerment. And I'm like, I've never worked with anybody under 18. What are you talking about? They had like all of them written on the wall, and I think somebody took a dart and that one. It turns out that they saw I was getting support from my channel through the subscribers through a wonderful site called Patreon. And so in order to make sure I had my bills paid and all this other fun stuff, that these people would contribute a little money every month. And that was great. But I wasn't using YouTube's advertisers, so I cut them out of the equation. They weren't getting a percentage. And it turns out that they hacked out, oh gosh, hundreds and hundreds of videos because they weren't using their monetizing system. And so, and now you're talking to a computer. So now it's a case of, can you help me? Can you help me? Okay, this is not, I'm getting nowhere. So that was what happened to the channel, unfortunately. But I'm more clever than that. I still have a second channel that they don't know about because nobody watches it. And it's my full name, Brian Douglas Ahern. If you want to go to YouTube and look up Brian Douglas Ahern, A-H-E-R-N, after the show, thank you, you'll see all of the clips I put up that I show to clients. You'll see me in classrooms, you'll see me at street fairs, you'll see me in community colleges. So you won't see any of the fun stuff where I say to somebody, surprise, you're Poop Deck, the animated cartoon sailor today, but there's a lot of fun stuff. So, about hypnosis, how many here, listen, show of hands, how many of you have been hypnotized and been in a hypnotic state? Ready for the surprise? Yeah. Every one of you should have raised your hands. It's not magic, it's not a trick, it's something we experience every single day, at least a dozen times. Who has either been in a car or driven a car someplace you've been tons and tons of times? Gone to church, school, your friend's house, whatever. And when you get there, you got there safely, but you don't remember every single step of the way? Show of hands. How many of you, congratulations, you've experienced hypnosis, okay? Here's another favorite of mine. Where is my bottled water? I was over here a minute ago. Who took my bottled water? Have you ever had that one? Here's another one. Where are my glasses? I set them right there. Hypnosis, okay? You tell your subconscious something you don't want to happen. Oh my gosh, did I lose my glasses? Subconscious grabs, you lost your glasses. You could be scared at them and you won't see them because you've inadvertently hypnotized yourself not to see them. Okay? So everyone experiences hypnosis every day. It's not dark magic. It's nothing bad like that. I don't like anybody to get embarrassed because I don't like to be embarrassed. I don't like to be put on the spot. For any of the grown-ups in the room, if you like embarrassment, close your eyes, reflect on your years in junior high. That'll cover it. Okay. Other thing about hypnosis, have you ever seen the old cartoons? They were showing some Super Friends on the wall. Did you see that? When you came in, they were showing some projections of the old Super Friends cartoons. That stuff was golden. Some of the old cartoons like that, they'd have a hypnosis villain, and he'd go like, only the foolish, I can control yes, math. No. The opposite is true. If someone really has nothing going on, I have nothing to work with, okay? It'd be like someone saying, build a brick wall, and they bring your wheelbarrow of air. There's nothing to build on there. So the more intelligent, creative, outgoing, imaginative, the higher the IQ, the more fun they will experience with hypnosis, because the more they'll get to do, okay? So in those cartoons, when Batman was like, I'm too smart for that, now he would have dropped like a house of cards instantly. So what we're going to do today, first of all, you need to know, I can't reiterate this enough, no one's going to get put on the spot, and no one's going to go ha ha ha. Can't stand that, don't want anything to do with it, okay? But there is so much fun you can have with hypnosis. The reason I started doing it, and this is the last of the backstory because it's starting to get dumb, was I studied a little bit of it when I was in college. You know, you'd have to take Psych 101 and blah, blah, blah. And there was somebody that I really cared about, long distance, who was telling me about dealing with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, a form of cancer. And I knew about the power of the mind. It could help alleviate some of the pain, reduce some of the nausea, allow you to have hours of sleep without any of the, the problems with the cramping and everything like this. So I studied and studied and studied until I received my board certification so I could help that person. Okay, that person unfortunately is no longer in the picture, they're long gone. But it was also a case of, well, now what do I do? Well, what does a cartoonist do? Spread laughter. So that's what I like to do. So there is a hierarchy, there is a pyramid, and it has 3 layers. The person who has the most fun is the volunteer. They're the top of the pyramid. They're not only the star of the show, they get to have the most fun. Second is everybody else here. You get to have fun because they're having fun. And the one at the bottom, that's me. I get to have fun through the rest of you. That's how it works. I've seen hypnosis shows where the hypnotist thinks they're on the top. They're the one that want to make the subject feel bad so they can go, ha ha, aren't I great? Yes. When I see these guys, I have a special gift for them at the backstage. It's called a lecture. So anyway, let's have a show of hands of folks who would like to experience this, okay? Okay, what I would like you to do is grab your chairs, and if you could, bring them up here. You can just pick them up and bring them with.
Oh, all of them?
Yeah, well, no, whoever wanted to volunteer is fine. So Link, you can come on up here. Okay, now, here's one of the things that's nifty. One of the things I would like to do is, let's not have any little bitty kids, because you've got great imaginations, you don't need to be hypnotized to imagine cool stuff. So come on up here. Now, everyone who's coming up, first of all, is awesome, because they're coming up. This is an established fact. And let's scoot, Link, could you scooch a little bit closer? And then you get a little bit closer to Link, please. Sorry, I don't know your name, Link, so I'm going to go with Link because everyone knows Link, okay? At least I'm not calling you Zelda. Right? Exactly. All right? See, I'm one of you. You're not alone. I understand the frustration. I understand. I thought you 2 guys were going to get there. You were like, yes, that looks cool. I thought for sure you were going to
Well, I've done that before.
No, it's me.
Well, they do, totally. Do, totally. Hey, how long did it? Here you go. Okay, are you an observer or are you joining? You're an observer. Okay, well, we need observers too. Okay, now here's the thing. Everyone who volunteered, not all of you will stay. Okay? Not because it'll be a case of, I don't like Link, be gone. It's not going to be that. Okay? There are people who respond pretty well. There are people who respond really well. And there are people who respond phenomenally well. They are the ones we want to stay. Because one, they're going to have the most fun, and we're going to have the most fun having fun with them. Okay? So somebody who only responds a little bit is probably not going to be able to stick around. So, first thing we want is we want feet flat on the floor. Make sure you don't cross your arms or your fingers or anything like that, so you can take them out of your pockets. Just go ahead and set them on your lap. Good job. Okay, the reason we do this, some people will say, he's building compliance and getting them to obey commands. No, the reason for that is, have you ever started to take a nap and you're in front of the TV or a video game and your legs are crossed? And then they feel cramped and you get up to, like that? It can be very uncomfortable. That's the only reason I have you sit like that, okay? So, what I'd like you to do, there's comfort, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, nice deep breath in through the nose, and then out through the mouth. Okay? And as you keep doing that, just breathe in and out, and make sure you fill up not just your chest, but your belly too. And as you're doing this, I'm going to explain to you why you do it. everybody in the room, okay? Don't worry about breathe in, 1, 2, breathe out, 3, 4, okay? You will find your own rhythm. Whatever rhythm you find is right for you, okay? So, when we breathe like this, nice and slow, nice and steady, some people associate this with meditation, some people associate it with proper breathing when they go to the gym, so that when they work out, they get the most out of the workout. Your body has all kinds of muscle memory that you don't even know about. So when you begin to breathe like this, parts of your body are like, oh, it's time to relax. What is your name, my good friend?
Aaron.
Aaron. Okay, so the body would be like, oh, Aaron is breathing deeply, so maybe Aaron's going to take a nap here, maybe Aaron has had a long day, maybe Aaron's going to fall asleep. So even as you're breathing nice and easy, the muscles in your body are going to start to let go of the tension. We carry a lot of tension all through the day. Maybe it's excitement, maybe we're in a hurry to get somewhere, maybe it's a stressful day at work, whatever it is. And we don't even realize how much we've done until we let it go. Okay? So, everyone with your hands there, leave them where they are, like your ball in fists, please. Okay, make them as tight as you can make them, and I want you to imagine every last bit of stress that would be in your body, from the soles of your feet, goes all the way up into your hands. And I want you to put all the stress in your hands, and I want you to hold it tighter, and tighter, and tighter. 1, 2, 3. Open your hands and let it go. Imagine the stress is dripping right down your fingertips like a garden hose. Big difference, isn't it? Now, curl up your toes. Same thing you did to your hands. Nice and tight. Keep breathing. Hold on to those toes. Make sure the tension goes all the way up the legs. You can feel it in the ankles, the calves, the knees, all the way up. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. One last one. Have you ever had a situation, I had a sister who could be rather malicious, who would jump out and go, "Bleh," and you jump like that? You know how your shoulders hunch up like that? Hunch your shoulders. Almost like you got some piano wire holding it right across there like that. Get it nice and tight. Now this is the tension all the way up your torso right there, holding that. 3, 2, 1, let them go. Big difference, isn't it? And now we're going to do something incredibly exciting. We're going to combine all of them at once. Hands, feet, shoulders, hit it. Just like that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breathe. Let it out. I may be wrong. Maybe they're all going to stay up here. We're going to find out here in a minute. Okay, so I'd like you to close your eyes now, and I'm going to ask you to envision something. You're going to just, all you need to do now is close your eyes and use your imagination. It's really easy. So, what I'd like you to do is, and I'm way over here, I'm not going to be running up and going, ha ha ha, putting like, I don't know, a skunk in your hand or something. Stick your hands straight out in front of you, okay? Extend them right out in front of you. There you go. And just, like both your hands are like reaching out like to hang on to the bar of like a roller coaster or something like that. They stretch out way out in front of you so the arms are straight and your elbows aren't bent. So you want to have your arms nice and straight in front of you. So what I want you to do is have one of the hands, whichever you prefer, your dominant hand probably, have that turned palm up so your palm is facing the ceiling. And the other hand turned so that the palm is facing down towards the floor. Okay? So what we would have is we're going to have this hand twisted up, and that's the dominant one, and the other one pointing down. Okay? And what I want you to do is imagine in the hand with the palm up, you're holding a bucket. They're really cool pails, so you're going to close your hand around the handle of that bucket. What I'm going to start doing in a minute is I'm going to start putting sand in that bucket. Okay? We're going to make it a little bit heavier and a little bit heavier. Now, the other hand with the palm facing down, you can very gently start to ball that into a little fist because you're holding a string. That string is attached to a big, big bundle of helium balloons. Now, you know the kind I'm talking about. You've seen them in fairs, carnivals, circuses, parades, and on TV. These are the big ones, like bigger than your head balloons, and sometimes they're colorful and have cartoon characters, you know what I mean. And they're filled with helium, lighter than air gas. And right now, you're holding a bundle of 100 of them. So what's going to happen is let's put a little more sand in that bucket. Let's see if we can't make the bucket a little bit heavier. And as I continue to pour sand into that bucket, we'll put another 500 balloons onto that string of balloons. And so that's getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. And let's throw a brick into that bucket. We'll put a brick in there and see if we can't get that nice and heavy. And as we're going along, you know what? Let's make it 1,000 balloons. That looks so much prettier. So we're going to have 1,000 lighter than air balloons. And look, a breeze comes by and blows them a little bit, and they're getting higher and higher and higher. Let's put a concrete cinder block in your bucket there. So that gets nice and heavy. Oh, it's almost like holding up 3 sheepdogs. And I don't know why I pulled that out of there. And now the balloons let's put a giant hot air balloon with a basket underneath it. We'll tack that onto it. It's getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. And as you're doing this and you're enjoying this wonderful bit of imagination, everyone watching can see who is able to focus on what I'm saying and who is experiencing what I'm saying as I describe it. So what we're going to do now is, in a moment, I am going to tell you to take a nice deep breath. I'm going to have you let your breath out. And go ahead and open your eyes. You're going to put your arms down. Okay. Now, here's the deal. Some of you, I wish I could work with everyone, but we've only got like 45 minutes. What's the time right now? Who's got a clock or watch? 11:47. 11:47. Okay, so we still got a half an hour, so that's awesome. Okay. You good sir are going to stay. You good fellow are going to stay. Link stays. You two ladies stay. Everybody else, I want a massive round of applause for these people. I want to work with all of them, but I want to personally. You gentlemen, all three of you were so close, but I'm like, boss, I wish I had 2 hours. Okay, now, if we can have you scoot this way just a little bit, so if we're going to bring you right over here. Okay. What's your mortal name? Was it? Ethan, that's an awesome name. Okay, very, very good. Okay, so we have Ethan, it was Aaron. Yep. And who are you, sir?
Colton.
Colton. That's awesome. That's like a cowboy name. I love that name. And you are?
Nina.
Nina?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Okay, I love your shirt, Rebecca. I'm over here like, I'm describing balloons, but is that a deck of cards? That's like, oh my God. It's like, did you see that? The Darth Vader face card? Isn't that awesome? Okay, anyway, I keep seeing these t-shirts around that they combine stuff like that, and you wouldn't have thought about it, and it's like, I don't need this, but I have to have that. You ever have that, man? Okay, so here's something pretty nifty we're going to do. Hands together like this, okay? Now, here's what I like you to do. Make sure the palms are together. Close your hands like this. Now, when I tell you to, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you keep your palms together, but I'm going to have you steeple your fingers when I tell you to do it, all right? And I want you to imagine your fingerprints, okay? Now, everyone knows that everyone has their own fingerprints. We know this ever since we're little kids, right? They're all individual, no two are alike. Imagine every single line of those swirly fingerprints is a magnetic strip that is very powerfully attracted to the other strips on your other fingerprints. Steeple your fingers, please. Now, in a moment, what we're going to have you do is listen to me, but look at your fingers. Okay? So focus on your fingers, but listen to my voice. What we're going to have you do is we're going to separate your fingers in a moment from an inch and a half. We'll say an inch and a half. Separate them by an inch and a half. And imagine the space between them is drawn together by that magnetic force. You ever put a magnet on the refrigerator and you feel the tug right before it goes up? That's what you feel right now. Don't try to resist it. Don't try to force it. Don't try to stop it. Just let them come together. This is called the power of positive thinking. You thought, my fingerprints are magnetic strips. My fingers are magnetized. My fingers are coming together. And you're going to find as they contact, it's almost like Legos. Click, click, they lock into place. So the strips go together there, like the different fingerprints, and suddenly it's together, and it's like, bam, we're in an X-Men movie. It's like Magneto, you know, whoa, 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 that power is right there. Remember, he ripped the bridge out of the ground? Trust me, you can handle your fingers. So, you're doing this, and you'll find at this point, because of the power of your positive thought, and combined with your imagination, if you make an attempt to try to separate your fingers, the force of that thought will pull them together stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. If you relax, it'll still be stronger. But if you fight it, it goes 10 times as strong. All right? So, how are we doing here, Aaron? They're kind of stuck. How are we doing up here? Nina? Okay. And Rebecca? They're pretty stuck there. Okay. Link, is the magic affecting you? Okay. Again, you're going to give it the best job. Is it not coming together? Is he good in there? Okay. Doing pretty good? How about you, Colton? Do you having problems? Okay. Now look at me. Okay? Question. Are your fingers really magnetized in real life? Okay, you say yes. Okay, we're going to come back to you. Okay, are your fingers actually magnets? Were you born with magnets on your fingers? No. So take them apart. Go ahead. Aaron, look here. Your fingers are fingers. Say my fingers are fingers.
My fingers are fingers.
Take them apart. They're not even in trance yet. Okay, now, how about we take that and we crank it up one more. So go ahead and let your hands come apart. You can shake them out if you want to, whatever you want to do, or you don't need to do there, okay? Now, what this means is your brains are really working very well, okay? That's a good thing. When this happens, it's never a case of, what is he doing to me? No, it's a case of, this means you can do whatever you want. Okay? When you envision it, when you have the thought, you can make it happen. When we're little kids, teeny tiny kids, we tend to be fearless. Have you seen a baby try to walk? How many times does he fall and he's like, I'm going to do that again? You know, with us, it's like, I'm going to draw a picture of a cow. That looks stupid, I'll quit. You know, no, but a baby's like, I'm going to do this. Okay, so that's kind of where your mind is, all right? You have the mind to create whatever you want. Now, boom, hands like that. Stick them right out in front of you, palms facing each other. Now, here's what's going to happen. Look at the space between your hands. Listen to my voice, but look at the space between your hands, okay? I'm going to bring you right about there. Okay, now, what's going to happen is, remember what you did with your fingers? Boom, 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 boom. Your entire hands are magnetized now. And now, don't block your elbows, but as you have your hands there, you can feel them coming closer, and closer, and closer, and closer together. Don't try to resist it, it'll just double force. Let them come together. And one natural response is that when your palms touch, your fingers want to interlace. Just go ahead and let that happen. Just go ahead and let it happen. And as they come together, and keep your eyes on the spot between. Keep your eyes on the spot between. And feel the tug as they get closer and closer and closer. Now keep in mind, the fingers are all magnetized. The palms are magnetized. Everything is magnetized. So when they wrap together, you've got this incredible magnetic force surrounded by these powerful magnetic hands. This is an extraordinary bond. We're talking about like the kind of magnets they use in hydroelectric dams. Okay, if you've got it in your hand, just like that. Incredibly powerful. It's an amazing thing. Rebecca, you're pretty well stuck there. Okay, here's something I want to do. Okay. Now, Rebecca here is like the ideal image of perfect subject of the day. Okay, she's got this, it's all set like this, and you have black nail polish today? Okay, that's pretty cool. I just like,
purple.
Was it? What was it?
Purple.
Oh my God, it is. That is the coolest thing. Okay. Dark is not purple, so we're clashing. So this is the rebel nail polish, and that's the Empire over here. Okay, so anyway, what I was thinking, here we're going to adjust your hands so slightly, just like this. Now, and that's not going anywhere, is it? Okay, now there's something in this instance, I'd like everyone to pay attention to this because it's important. What we're doing with the back of your sleep, deep sleep, deeply sleep. Nice deep breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice and relaxed, feeling just fantastic, feeling really, 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 really good. Right now, Rebecca, you hear everything I'm saying. You're going to hear everything that's going around. Every sound, everything you get to experience will help you relax more and more and more. And you're going to stay in your chair, but you're going to feel all the tension leave your body, and you're going to feel on top of the world. It's just a wonderful, soothing, very, very relaxing state. Aaron, how are we doing? You feel pretty magnetized? You feeling pretty magnetized, okay? All right. What I was going to do, because we've got Colton here, and we've got Nina over here. Is that like Battle Tech on your shirt, the pink? I'm trying to identify it. I can't figure out who he is. Oh, see, that's completely out of sleep. That's completely out of my realm. I have no idea who that is. So, Aaron, you can continue to relax and rest, feeling really, really good. Very, very gently, just as light as those helium balloons, your shoulders are going to bring you up so you sit up straight, but you're going to continue sleeping, feeling just on top of the world, feeling really, really, really good. So, right now, Aaron as well is feeling super duper relaxed. He feels absolutely amazing. Now, was that video game? Yeah. Okay, all right. I'm terrible at video games. I don't know anything about video games. I have friends who play Legend of Zelda. That's how I recognize Link. I confess, I've never met Link in person, so I'm sorry about that. I know what he looks like, so I know he's awesome, so he looks amazing. Okay, so in any case, so what we're doing, in fact, let me use an analogy here, video game analogy, okay? So we've got things like Legend of Zelda. It was Viva, you said? Okay, one of the things, there you go, feeling really, really good, feeling very relaxed, feeling incredibly, incredibly comfortable, feeling just on top of the world. How you doing, Colton?
Good.
You look like I'm going to like pull a lever and you're going to fall to the floor. This isn't a Warner Brothers cartoon, I promise. I'm not going to hand you an anvil or something like that. That's not going to happen, all right? Just a bucket full of sand. Okay, so hang on a second. Where did I put my water bottle? I go through a lot of water. I have to stay hydrated. Absolutely required. I'm not going to dump water on you. Take a breath. Okay. So, one of the other nifty things, this is the coolest sword. Oh, it's foam! I thought it was plastic for a second there. I'm like, that is the coolest thing. Okay, so, as a matter of fact, you got the flames on the shirt and everything? Is that a regular shirt, or does Link have shirts with flames on it?
No.
It's just, that looks really sweet. Don't answer for him. He didn't have Link flames. You don't know. There might be a different game, Legend of Zelda, the Sleeves of Fire. You have no idea what that's all about. Sleeves, feeling really, really good, and feeling just fantastic. Okay, so, one of the cool things about this is, I want you to pay really close attention to this finger. Just going like this. Like that. When it goes like that, that's called butterfly fingers. Like this, just Feeling really, really good, feeling just fantastic. Now, right now, as you take a nice deep breath into the nose, out through the mouth, feeling really, really relaxed, feeling more and more relaxed. Every time I say the word sleep, and snap my fingers, you go right back into this state, feeling 10 times as good, 10 times as relaxed, and it happens 10 times as quickly. As you sit there and you sleep, and sleep, and sleep, feeling so very, 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 very good. Now what I'd like you to do is take a nice, deep, easy breath in through the nose, and as you let it out through the mouth, you can go ahead and open your eyes. Some of you may take a moment, but you're going to find as your eyes open, you're able to sit up. You're still in a wonderful state like this. You're still incredibly relaxed. It doesn't go away, but you feel just super. How you doing there, Aaron? Good. Ethan, how you doing there? It's pretty awesome, isn't it? You feel really relaxed? Anyone feeling in a great state of stress right now? No stress, but you feeling good?
Yeah.
You're feeling good? Okay.
I feel 100%.
Isn't it great? You feel really, really relaxed. Are you doing okay? Okay, you sure?
A little anxiety.
Little anxiety? Okay, tell you what. Here's what I like you to do. Take a nice deep breath into the nose. Out through your mouth. Okay. I'm going to put my hand here. You're going to put your hand on top of mine. Just like that. Okay? Nice easy breath. I'm not going to joke. Okay? Now, is the anxiety just because it's a performance, or is it something you deal with like me? Okay. Now, would you rather watch, or do you want to stay up? You're okay? Okay. All right. Because we're going to do something fun next. Okay? All right. So go ahead and put your hand down. All right. There's going to be no other surprises about the video. That's the only big, like, ooga-booga surprise. Okay? Those were called there's two different work terms for that. One is an instant induction, because it happens that fast. The other is a surprise, or some call it a shock induction. I don't like to say shock because it sounds like I've got electricity going on. But that's why it caught you by surprise. Okay? Because I've seen people when they were first learning go, sleep? That doesn't really work. You know, that, like, are you asking me? Are you telling me you feel tired? What is that all about? Now, here's what I'd like you to do. Here's a way of finding out if you're really a pass. Okay? I can already tell. But this is for everybody else in the room. Now, do me a favor and see if you can't give me a nice big frown, like you just got the worst news of your life. Yeah, okay. When you're experiencing a state of hypnosis, yeah, Rebecca's putting a hell of a fight over here. You have so many endorphins flooding through your body that if you try to frown, your body will force you to smile. Aaron, I think, was the prime example of this. So I got to go. All right? In fact, after people start, it's like, I can frown. I worked with this one fellow. Really got things covered. Blonder than Ethan. And he was in one of the classroom demos. I think it's on the website so you can see him. And I asked him to smile, and he was like, and it was absolutely wonderful. He was just, so it wasn't really working that well. So how are you doing, Colton? You're able to pull that out? You think you can frown? How long do you think you can hold that? I thought not. I saw somebody actually use their fingers, and I'm like, this is not working at all. Okay. So that doesn't count. All right? That doesn't count. All right? Okay. So some of the other fun stuff we're going to do, eyes here, nice easy breath, don't have to worry about forcing yourself to frown or anything. You are going to be smiling like a happy person for the rest. You've just gotten the best news of your life. Here's a puppy and a bottle of your favorite golden roses. You know, so you're going to be very happy for the rest of the day. Just deal. Okay, so I'd like to have your eyes here. Nice, deep, easy breath. Out through the mouth. Remember what I told you? Sleep. Deep sleep. Deep sleep. Really, really good. This is, here. And we're going to bring it to you. All right. And everyone continues to relax. Continue to feel really, really good. All right. Now, one of the things that I like to do before we move is just take a nice deep breath into the nose after you have your brain. Don't try and breathe in your brain. Put it out through the mouth. Okay. And here's all you need to do. Just push it out. And you completely out. That's part of the deal. If I were to stand in front of you, snap my fingers, putting a nice. All right. And everyone here is sleeping and resting. This next bit of sound will help you rest even more. Could we have a round of applause for our marvelous assistant here who gave it a shot? Really got to enjoy the first of it? Because that shows me encouraging excitement. That was for you. Okay, all right. Now, for everybody else here, I'd like you to stop and think about something for a minute. Think about being happy. Think about having all kinds of fun. Think about being really, really upbeat and on top of the world. And with that thought in mind, go ahead and open your eyes. Now, and as you open your eyes and you start to sit up, feeling really, really good again, Aaron, let's have you scoot over just a little bit. We're going to kind of even it out. Well, you can scoot over just a touch. Has anyone ever seen one of these before? This was like my favorite kind of, yeah, aren't they awesome? Okay, I love these ray guns that light up and like it has like the things that go back and forth like that and it spins around. Okay, this is actually lent to me by my buddy Randall who's running the convention. Okay, but I have some of these at home. This was one of my favorite gifts to get on Christmas. And I think this is all just the one sound. Okay, I had one that had different sounds. So it could do this one, but it could also go ka-choom, ka-choom, and I forget what the other one was. It was like, ooh, it was like the transmogrifier or anything like that. But I absolutely love this. It's like the coolest thing in the world. It's really, really good. Now, this kind of ray gun was my absolute favorite toy to ever have, to ever play with. Because it could be anything. It could be like Ron SpaceX, where it doesn't shoot anybody, it just sends them to another dimension where they're away from all the people they could hurt. You know, it could be something really, really cool. It could be a yellow sun radiation thing where you shoot it, it gives Superman, you know, increased powers. But I want you to think about something different right now. Let's not think about the gun right now. Think about what it's like to laugh. You don't have to experience it now, but I want you to think about what it's like to laugh to the point you lose it. If you're in a situation where the harder you try to laugh, or the harder you try not to laugh, the more and more you do laugh. It's happened to me in church, in the library, in school, in the doctor's office, places where you're supposed to be quiet, and all of a sudden, anything strikes you as so funny. I want you to imagine that every single time in your life where you have that moment where you completely lost it to laughter and had that wonderful enough experience of just cascading, spilling laughter. Imagine every one of those moments from when you were really little all the way to where you are now, all grown. Imagine that right in your chest, like it's being held in a little soap bubble. So it's held, but something that is easy to pop. Now I want you to remember this sound. Every time you hear that sound, that's going to pop the bubble. The more times you hear it, the stronger and stronger it gets. The better and better it feels. The more wonderful it is, the more unstoppable the laughter. Now, when I say the word relax, you'll be able to just do that and just relax and all the laughter goes away. Not realizing you stopped just then, picking up from wherever you were talking about the toy gun, open your eyes, feeling really, really good, feeling really, really happy, feeling on top of the world. Okay, now, so we're talking about Christmas toys and stuff, right? Okay, so I love these kind of things. You want to know what's my favorite part about this, Aaron? Okay. Now, one of the other things, okay, there is a name that this particular weapon has. Hold on, what are you doing? You all right? You can't eat it? You all right? You think your shield will stop this? It's also fun to be like, what it's like outside. This is called the laughter blast. Anyone see American Assassin? You can be like, it's a good movie if you like Dylan O'Brien. That's why I went to see it. Okay, the fun part about this is the longer it's on, the funnier it becomes. In proximity, the more intense it can be. This is great. Can you imagine all the old World War II flicks? Are you going to give us the information? Kind of messed that one up, wouldn't I? All right. Wouldn't this be great, though? Every time somebody says, you're dressed as Zelda, before you can punch them. I love this toy so much. All right, this is a favorite. You okay, Colton? Are you sure?
Yeah.
How sure are you? Are you that sure? Are you that sure? Are you that sure? I haven't forgotten you. All right. Some of that whole Chippendales routine seems really lame, doesn't it? This is better. You okay? Deep breaths are actually very helpful for the body. It's a very good thing. All right. Okie dokie. Now, here's what we're going to do. You okay? We can relax now. Let's relax. And as we're relaxing and feeling better and better, I'm going to set this yard, just like that. Okay. Who can tell me the time, please?
12:07.
It's 12:07. Okay. Clock is a ticking, a ticking, a ticking. Sleep, 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 feeling really, really good, feeling just fantastic. Now, let's talk about what it's like to forget something when something slips your mind. Have you ever had a situation where you know something, you should know it, but you just can't think of it? You just can't bring it up to your mind? It's like, oh my gosh, I know this, I know I should know it. It's right on the tip of your tongue. In fact, it's called tip of the tongue syndrome. With me, it's names, always names. What was the name of that book I wanted to order? What was the name of that street I was supposed to turn down? What was the name of that person? I meet somebody at the convention. Hello, my name is so-and-so. 2 minutes later, I can't tell you their name. Completely and totally forgot. Happens to us all the time, tip of the tongue syndrome. The more and more you try to focus on it, the more it drifts away. The more and more you try to call for it, the more it's gone. Right now, we're going to give you the gift of tip of the tongue syndrome. It's going to be fun, amusing, and wonderful. You are going to find there was only one thing, only one word that you have completely and totally forgotten. Gone. You know you should know it, but it ain't there. That word is your own name. Picking up from right where we left off, you just finished laughing, feeling absolutely on top of the world. Open your eyes and sit up. Okay, now, clock's a tickety, 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 ticking here. But anyway, so let's see now. I hate this. Names forgotten. Who are you again? We'll get back to you. Okay, so you were Nina, right? You were Nina. Okay, and that means, again, completely gone. What was your name? It's a tough one. If you want time to work on it, we'll come back to you. Okay, now, we know already you're not Zelda. You're dressed as Link, but you were actually... Yeah. This is Mr. Shrugs. He's going to be with us today. And I think Cowboys, was it like... It was something? It was something? This is Mr. Shrugs. This is something. And this is the face of ultimate concentration. Sleep. Deep sleep, deep sleep, deep sleep, deep sleep, deep sleep. In a moment, I'm going to have you open your eyes, and you remember completely and totally that your name is Fred. It's the coolest name in the world. Everybody wishes that their name was Fred. And that's the thing. Almost everybody you know, because it's the most common thing in the world, almost everybody has the name Alphonse. Everyone knows at least 20 people named Alphonse. And you happen to know that everyone else up here with you is named Alphonse. You're the only Fred. And everyone wishes they were Fred. In fact, most of them say, I'm Fred, and you got to correct that. Because you know that's just another Alphonse. Picking up the right or left off, trying to remember your name, open your eyes. Okay, now, if we take a moment, deep breaths, you're doing good, I'm sure it's going to come back to you. Your name is?
Fred.
Fred. Okay, so we've got Fred here, and, okay, you look like you're going to punch somebody. Are you all right there? What was your name? He says he's Fred. So who are you? No. Wasn't there one Fred up here? Okay, and you were?
Fred.
Okay, show of hands, you're Fred. Okay. Okay, wasn't there an Alphonse up here, at least one? Do you remember that? Wasn't there at least one? Okay, Alphonse, stand up. Fred, stand up. Okay, this doesn't seem right at all. I have no idea what's going on. Here's an idea. Have a seat. Have a seat. What's going to happen in a moment is, I'm going to use a laughter blaster here, and the laughter blaster is not only going to feel better and stronger than it has ever felt. So far, it will actually shake loose your real, live, honest to goodness name. You were? Ethan, you are? Colton, Ann? Aaron? Yes. All right, awesome. Tell you what, and sleep. Deep sleep, deep sleep, deep sleep. Feeling really, really good on top of the world. Clock's a tickety tick tick ticking on here, so here's what I'm going to do. The next time you open your eyes, you will have a crystal clear memory of absolutely everything you got to experience. You'll feel on top of the world. You'll feel relaxed and comfortable and happy for the rest of the day. Smiling will come very, very easy to you. And you're going to realize the only reason you had such a good experience is because you were very smart. You were very aware. You have a brilliant, brilliant mind. That's why this worked so well for you. And in a moment, I'm going to ask everyone to applaud. That's going to have you wake up feeling fantastic. And you're going to realize the applause is just for you, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Jump right on up, Ethan. Okay. Plus for Ethan. For Ethan Lane. All right. For Colton, you can jump up and take a bow if you want. He's not gonna. For Aaron. And for Rebecca. Okay, now. Good, that was beautiful. Rebecca, Colton, Ethan, take your seats back if you could. I'm going to do one more thing with our pal Aaron. We've only got a few minutes left and we're going to make it really, really awesome. Okay, it's going to be cool. Thank you very much. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Now, this is going to be great. The only reason we're doing this is deep sleep. Feeling really, really good. Aaron feeling just on top of the world. Now, Aaron, you know that one of the cartoon characters that I drew for years and years and years was a character named Bumpkin Buzz. And Bumpkin Buzz had the big old checkered shirt and the big bibbed overalls and he had the really, really super duper tall rubber boots that came all the way up to his knee and the big straw hat. It has long been your lifelong dream to become Bumpkin Buzz. There is nothing as wonderful and happy and glorious to you as becoming Bumpkin Buzz. If you see any component that reminds you of Bumpkin Buzz, you definitely want to take that on for yourself, and it makes you so incredibly happy. We're talking giddy happy, like a little kid on Christmas morning happy. Now, with this thought deeply rooted in your mind, believing completely and totally it is your own, open your eyes. Now, Aaron, one of the things I wanted to talk about, because we're at a Comic-Con, and we've all got favorite characters. I'm seeing different characters. We have people dressing like characters from video games and things like this. I've got this cool graphic of the Flash. Big fan of the Flash, always have been. And is there a particular character, you know, because sometimes we cosplay as the ones we love, and that's great. So, when I get my taxes back, I'm going to get a Kid Flash costume. It's going to be so cool. Anyway, nevertheless, I guess that's TMI. But nevertheless, is there a character that you've ever connected with and you're like, no, I want to do this? What is it?
Ooh, Lumpkin Buzz?
Oh, that's so close. I've heard of him. It's actually Bumpkin. He was a Bumpkin. Yeah, I think Bumpkin was the earlier versions of him.
Okay.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, hang on just a second. I'm thinking about something here. There was somebody that left some prompts behind. I have no idea why these were here. Have you ever seen a shirt like this?
I think that's the one he wears.
You do? You think
I
that?
think he might wear that.
Should I just toss it? Or
I can
well, yeah, why don't you take off your jacket? It'll probably fit better. Go ahead and jump up and put that thing on. What do you think? Davey, he's good enough? You think that looks good? Aaron, you looking good?
That looks good.
You look good? Okay, you want to button that thing up? There you go, you can have a little thing like that? Okay, that's awesome. That looks good. That looks good. You look very smart. Okay, cool. All right, well, anyway, now, did Bumpkin Buzz, he was cargo pants he wore, wasn't it? Was it cargo pants or?
Overall?
Yeah, he did actually wear. You know what? As luck would have it. Was it something like this?
Yeah.
So did you have the slightest interest in wearing these?
I can try them on. They might fit.
Well, you know what, they call them overalls because they go over all, so you can just step right into them. Yeah.
Can?
Yeah, because the pants are staying on, okay? That's what I'm saying. Okay, you can try that here. Unbuckle these. Go ahead and kick out your shoes there, buddy.
No audience here.
There you go. What size are these fellas?
Big. 13?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I guess they are. Okay, never mind. All right, there you go. You're looking pretty snazzy there, bud. There. Have you ever put on overalls before?
Once.
When you were like 5. Okay, so
Your shirt is messed up.
I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that. Right now we got somebody at the door going, come on. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Feeling really good?
Oh, yeah.
Feeling good? Don't forget the side button, just like that. There you go, just like that. Go ahead and have a seat. Awesome, fantastic. He looks really sharp, doesn't he? He really does. Deep sleep, Aaron. Feeling really, really good, feeling really good. Right now you realize you feel happier than you have ever felt in your whole life. The only thing that could make this better if you could complete the costume. You would absolutely love it if you could complete the costume. It would be so darn much fun. It would be absolutely amazing. So, feeling wonderful, happier than you ever dreamed was possible. Go ahead and open your eyes. Okay, so you're looking pretty good there. Were these the kind of shoes that Bumpkin Buzz wore then, or?
Do you have any high boots?
Oh, you mean like the farmer boots? Yeah. Did you wear those? You want those? I know it.
Totally wear.
You totally wear it. You would totally wear it. You think that was completely ensemble? Would that look good? He did have a hat, actually. Tell you what, if you're kind of becoming a cartoon character, you may have cartoon abilities. Do me a favor, point there, I want you to imagine, with magical abilities, I want you to say, shoes to boots.
Shoes to boots.
Okay, that sounded lame. Okay, you gotta say it like this is real magic, man.
Shoes to boots.
That was pretty good. Okay, now do it and imagine like the lightning coming down and a big puff of smoke and stuff.
Shoes to boots.
Deeply asleep. Deeply asleep. Feeling really, really good. Feeling absolutely fantastic. Feeling really, really, really good. Feeling absolutely on top of the world. When I next tell you to open your eyes, Aaron, when I next tell you to open your eyes, you're going to believe that you saw a beautiful puff of red smoke and that these shoes did indeed turn into the bumpkin buzz boots, and you were amazed, happier than you've been in your entire life, picking up from right where you left off. Open your eyes. Not bad, dude. We have a round of applause for Mr. the Shoe Transformer here. You need to join the elves and get to the cowboy shop. Now, have you ever put those on? Dude, you go like this, wrap them around, and tuck them in. Just like that. Look at that. This guy looks amazing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Now, I got to tell you right now, I do not have the hat. I do not have the hat. Now, there is a lot of awesome people here at Comic-Con. I mean, John comes close there in the door with his cool hat. But it's a little bit more Vincent Van Gogh than we want. Now, it's close. It's close there. Which one should I stand up there? Does he not look cool?